Hey everyone, this is a quick review of our U.S. Constitution notes. I'm just going to review what goes in these blanks on this first page. So these are all notes that are going to be about our U.S. Constitution. We are going to start here with a vocabulary word to fill in this first line. The document that gives the rules for the government is the Constitution. It has three parts, and we're going to go through those three parts on this page. Part 1, we have talked about in class. It was called the Preamble. Part 2, these are going to be called articles. In parentheses, I want you to put how many articles there are. For the number of articles, there are 7. The third part are called amendments. In parentheses, we'll put how many amendments there currently are, which is 27. The next part of the page breaks up first part, second part, and third part of the Constitution. So we'll look deeper into these three parts. We did talk about the introduction to the Constitution is the preamble, so I'm going to write that again. These next 4 vocabulary words are 4 words that are in the preamble, and they might be coming up in other readings that we do when we're talking about either the Constitution or the branches of government, and in social studies in general. We'll think of justice as something being fair or fairness. For the word domestic, there's a couple of definitions, but the best definition for our U.S. government unit, when we read the word domestic, is going to typically mean being within a country. You can think of the definition of domestic as like the opposite of something that's foreign. Foreign is within a different country. Domestic is within our own country. The word tranquility is used in the preamble. The word tranquility means peaceful or calm. And finally, we have the word liberty. Liberty might be a familiar one to you. We'll put the word freedom as a good meaning for the word liberty. So these are all words from our preamble, the introduction to the Constitution. The second part are the articles. The articles describe how the government works. There are 7 articles, we wrote that up here at the top, but for our unit, we are only going to focus on the first 3 articles. The first 3 articles are probably the longest of the articles, and they describe the 3 branches of government, which is going to be our focus. The first article describes the legislative branch. This is the longest article. Describes Congress, the Senate, House of Representatives, the lawmaking process. Article 2 describes the executive branch. We'll look at the executive branch as the president and the people who work with the president, like the vice president and the cabinet. The third branch, the third article, describes the judicial branch. The judicial branch is the court systems, including the Supreme Court. So if we thought of the Constitution as like an essay you're writing for ELA, you might think, all right, preamble, that's my introduction. Articles is kind of like those body paragraphs that you put in the middle. And then amendments would be conclusion, or in this case, there are any add-ons. Any additions or changes to the Constitution are called amendments. To amend means to change or fix. There are 27 amendments. There's a special name for the first 10 amendments because those were all passed at the same time. Those were passed 3 years after the Constitution was passed. And we call those the Bill of Rights. We're going to take more notes about the 3 branches of government, and we'll look closer at the amendments to the Constitution in other assignments. But for your note taking, you can use this video to fill in the blanks if you haven't finished this page yet.